Thanks, Gregor. Hey, Andrew. Just wondering how you feel about the new COVID protocols, especially how it affects players and maybe their significant others and families. And if I could just throw a second part in here, it appears you guys have successfully fought that getting to the rink time restriction that you were so concerned about. If you could maybe just give a thought on that as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think, like the restrictions, I feel like a lot of those apply more to the players that are in the States that have less or, there's less restrictions to your average daily life. So, here, I think restaurants are opening up soon, but, we haven't really had any sort of temptations. So, like it kind of is what it is. Like we're all doing our part to make sure that we, can play hockey and play safely and, you know, not be, a risk to the community and not putting ourselves at risk or our teammates at risk. So just trying to do it, everything possible to play hockey and, everyone's kind of making sacrifices, for the betterment of the league. And so, and then saying that, the time at the rink, I just, that's just a preparation for a game type thing. We are spending a good amount of time here. And I didn't see, you know, 30 minutes, 45 minutes away from, when you're not able to prepare for a game. I think that's, kind of a moot point when we're already, traveling together on the plane. All the circumstances where we're together. I just didn't think that was, worth that juice wasn't worth the squeeze for me. But, all the other sacrifices that significant others and wives and kids are having to make, it's very tough, and that's why we're leaning on each other as much as possible to stay, upbeat, I guess, and try and keep, your average day as busy as possible and be there for each other. But yeah, there's a lot of sacrifices going around for sure.
And we'll go next to Mike McIntyre from the Winnipeg Free Press. Go ahead, Mike.
Thanks, Gregor. Thanks, Andrew. Just to pick up on that point, Andrew, you guys obviously had your own scare here with Tucker getting COVID the day after your season opener. Any thoughts from you as to how you guys were able to, I guess, contain that from becoming a bigger issue? We've seen, obviously, last night there were 4 different NHL games postponed because of outbreaks that have happened on teams. So any thoughts on how you were able to keep it in check where they weren't?
Well, first off, you can do everything right and still end up getting someone, contaminated with the virus and things to spread. So, nothing's foolproof, nothing's 100%. But I will say, and I think this is part of why I was adamant about the time at the rink before games is we're doing, everything possible. Our mask wearing has been, very, very good. I don't know if I've seen one guy not wearing a mask when he should be. We're spacing out in the gym, we're spacing out in the locker room. We're very, very conscious and very aware of it. So that's, I guess, why I felt like I could be more adamant about the time at the rink, is because we've done all the right protocols and, not even wearing the mask, but wearing the mask the right way and sanitizing and all that stuff. So, like I said, there's no 100% way to make sure that you're not going to get COVID, but, taking as many precautions as we have and adhering to them at a very high level, I think has been a positive for us. And also just we haven't had restaurants and stuff to go to. So there really hasn't been much activity away from the rink where we're going to put ourselves at risk.
Go next to Kelly Moore from CJOB. Go ahead, Kelly.
Thanks, Gregor. Good afternoon, Andrew. And I'm not wearing a mask because I'm in my house and I'm in my office all on my own. So
I'm not going to report you.
I was just going to say, please don't give me a stinky glove face wash. But I want to segue to a little bit to the last couple of games. The shot attempts have been fairly high for your opponents, but they don't tell the whole story. So in terms of how you guys have played defensively the last couple of games in particular, has there been a little bit of a fallback there? Or, when you guys look at the video, have there just been a high volume of attempts and not necessarily dangerous scoring opportunities?
Yeah, I think the last 2 games are a little different. I think like the Calgary game, I thought was really tight checking on both ends. We didn't get a whole lot. They didn't get a whole lot. I don't really remember like their shot attempt volume, so like I can't really comment on, but I don't feel like it was a wide open game. I don't feel like we were trading high danger chances. So I didn't have like the Calgary game was, I thought, pretty good defensively. Last game, I feel like, Ottawa's definitely a high volume team, but I will say that like we gave up more than we wanted to. So that combination probably leads to their high shot totals and high shot attempts. I feel like a lot of it was there was a lot of scrambles around our net where they were, maybe a wraparound and then a couple more jam attempts. So then it's like 3 or 4 shot attempts in 1 second or 2 seconds, and they're high danger because they're right next to the net. But, we got 5 guys collapsed. Our goalie is really good. So like, are they high probable goal scoring opportunities? Maybe not. But it is, either way, it's something to clean up for sure.
We'll go next to Jeff Hamilton from the Winnipeg Free Press. Go ahead, Jeff.
Hey, Andrew. You played the Ottawa Senators a handful of games now, but yesterday would have been your first time to see Tim Stützle and what he brings to the game. Just kind of curious your thoughts on the young guy after kind of capturing everyone's eyes with the World Juniors.
Yeah, I mean, he was good. Like, he's very smart. Moves better. He doesn't look like he's 18 necessarily. Like he moves better than that. Yeah, I guess tough to say after one game and a game where like I'm trying not to pay too much attention to any one player on the other team. But yeah, I mean, he looked good, and you can tell that he's got a lot of tools.
And final question to Ken Wiebe from Sportsnet. Go ahead, Weber.
Andrew, I know we've talked about Nikolai Ehlers a lot, but as a line mate, what does his speed and his ability to push back the defender do for a line in general?
Well, that's what I'm trying. I'm trying to, a lot of times is push back those D, so it kind of gives him a little bit of room to wind up and use that speed. So, yeah, I mean, we've had some good chemistry to start this year. Played 10 and 11 straight games now together, and produced pretty well. And he's, obviously putting the puck in the net, and it's cool because on any given shift we feel like we can go out and get one, and and still I feel like we got levels to go and to continue to get better and be more dangerous. So we're looking forward to continue to build our lines chemistry and relationships, and trying to become better, and because we feel like we've been pretty good, but we feel like there's a whole nother level for us to go to where we can be really dangerous on a shift to shift basis.